and then I take
All right, yeah.
Ready to go?
All right, we'll try that again. Number 25.
And hello, everybody. Welcome to Wasatch High School. This is Region 8 5A girls basketball. The Wasatch Wasps hosting the Payson Lions. Brent Martindale here with you on StingTV and here with McKay Ritchie. And McKay, this is a big game tonight for both of these teams in the 5A toward the end of the season.
Yeah, we have 1 week left in the 4 playoffs, and Wasatch and Payson. Wasatch plays Payson next time, and no, Wasatch plays Payson today and Salem Hills on Friday. And if we right now we're right at the borderline of hosting, so it's a big week for us.
So, McKay, talking about the 5A state championship coming up. The RPIs are closed for the week. They do that the week before the state tournament. And these teams, where they're at in the Region 8 right now, McKay, it looks like both teams very similar and close in their records.
Yep. Wasatch has a record of 6-6, and Payson has 8-10, and Payson has a record of 6-10.
So both teams talking about the importance of being able to host in that all-important first round. And the way that works is the top 16 teams in the RPI, 1 through 16, are the hosts of that first round. They get to host the other 16 teams. It's actually with 2 teams that get a bye, but there'll be teams that way. So, yeah, really big for Wasatch. Payson's not out of it in any way.
Yeah.
2 wins for them could put them in complete contention for hosting in that first round. So what we're just about to start here, we've had the introductions. It is senior night here at Wasatch, and these seniors, McKay, they've had it's been a very productive season, but a tough go for some of them.
Yeah.
So McKay, we were mentioning earlier, Macy Berg, the senior. She, one of the seniors, played with the team for several years. First game in region play, tore her ACL. And of course it's senior night here. They just recognized her. And it does look like she has done enough rehab that they're letting her start the game tonight. And then I'm sure what they're going to do is replace her as soon as they're done. So they're doing a little, and here we go. There's the start, and they're going to get Macy the ball. And Macy got her start, and she will come out. And that's a grand gesture on the coaching staff. There's obviously no way she can play.
Yeah.
She was just on crutches a couple weeks ago. She had that surgery, the ACL surgery, and so here we go. We are starting. Again, the records for Payson, and there's the first turnover of the night. Turnovers could be a big thing. McKay?
Yeah, it looked like we had good passing at the beginning. We got 4 touches, and then just a bad pass.
We'll try to keep a tab on how many turnovers. Wasatch has dealt a little bit with turnovers. We talked with Coach Hayter last week. There's a turnover for Payson. So here comes Wasatch down. Quickly, Kiara Sari kicks it out. And there's the first shot of the night by the other senior, Rachel Heath. And it looks like on the rebound, there was a foul against Payson.
Rachel Noyes fouled before the shot.
So Rachel Heath starting in hopefully what's not the last home game for Wasatch. Again, that hoping for that first round bye. Sorry, not first round bye, first round host. So they can get at least one more home game. That's a big three-pointer right off the bat for Wasatch. That is Kinsley Schultz. And that is the first score of the game. 3-0 early here, first minute into the game.
Really good defense by Wasatch so far. They have back-to-back turnovers facing.
And beautiful pass play. That is right off what Norm Hader wants to see, right?
Wasatch is looking good so far.
That was Grace Wonder. There were 3 passes there, not even hardly a dribble.
Yeah.
And found Rachel Heath underneath the basket for a simple layup. There's the first 3-point attempt of the night for Payson. Big rebound and a putback. We were trying to get the names of these players. Some of them were kind of hard to say for Payson. Sydney Rainey was the big offensive board there, and the basket there by Courtney Houston.
Another turnover for Wasatch. Bad pass, out of control. Payson coming down.
Payson led, it looks like, by their senior Sarah Rowley. Rowley for Payson this year, averaging 1 point a game, but she is their leader at the point. Looks like Payson's leading scorers is McCauley. She scores 10 points a game. That's Melissa McCauley. She's a junior. There's another big bucket that time. We're happy to have the camera crew back and everybody back from the lonely night I had the other night, Friday night.
Just you?
Yep, just
really?
me. Yep.
Oh. Good to be back.
Payson got that rebound and then got fouled. Grace Wonder with the first foul for Wasatch here in this first quarter. 7-2, Wasatch has taken an early command. That is Rowley with the shot, and she was fouled.
Sarah Rowley's fouled on the shot. She'll be at the line shooting 2.
Quickly by Rachel Noyce, her first. Sarah Rowley at the line, hits her first. Once again, looking at the scorers for Payson, several players averaging at least 4 points a game. There's at least 5 players, so their scoring is well-rounded. Again, led by McCauley, Melissa McCauley, averaging 10 points a game. McCauley so far has been kind of quiet.
Mm-hmm.
There's Grace Wonder with her first shot. There's Rachel Heath underneath the basket all by herself with that board. Put back, no good. Looks like Payson wants to run a little bit.
Yeah.
Huh, McKay?
They're looking pretty good so far. They had a couple of bad turnovers at the start of the game, but other than that, both teams are playing pretty good.
You know, very similar offenses. It looks like they try to get that ball. The guards try to get it to their big girl. Sorry, just drew the blank. Sydney Rainey. They try to get it into her up at the top. Very similar to what Wasatch does.
A lot of passing from both teams, trying to find the open shot.
And there's a drive. That's Krista Rowley again.
34.
Wasatch in looks like a zone. There's a big shot. That's the first bucket of the night for Olivia Whitworth. And that was over the long outstretched arm of Kiara Seria.
Impressive shot.
See, there's that same sort of pass. They try to get it to the top of the key.
Oh, travel, turnover, Wasatch, Payson ball.
These first substitutions of the game for Wasatch. That's Ava Pulsifer. Pulsifer missing a couple of games a couple weeks ago. And Elizabeth Anthony. I was watching Anthony in the warm-up. She was hitting shots like crazy. Hopefully that's what we'll see here.
Yeah, hopefully.
Payson also did have a sub. There's a three-point shot, wide open three-point shot. That time the rebound by Katie Perry, who also came into the game. And here comes Wasatch. What type of offense? You know, it seems like Norm Hader likes to run like a motion offense.
Yeah. Looks like they have 3 people at the front most times. And then they have their power forward and they have the center running from baseline to baseline. Their passing is doing great so far. Great play, great passing.
Anthony.
Nice job.
Elizabeth Anthony with her first bucket of the game. Wasatch up 9-5. And I think that's what they like to see, like you were mentioning, the pass across wherever they can get the open shot.
Finding the open shot.
There's the first three-pointer of the night. Kaylee Price hits the 3, and quickly that 5-point lead is down to 1.
Wow.
Payson scoring on both of their last 2 possessions. Kiara Sari at the top of the key, and she got slapped just a little bit.
Wasatch ball out of bounds.
Wasatch will have the ball underneath their own basket. McKay, we were talking about how Wasatch has some really good under their own basket inbound plays. See what they do here. Yeah, that's what they try to do. It's just a simple play.
Super simple.
Yeah, it looked like Kiara was just kind of stacked behind and waiting, almost hiding.
Yeah.
And they can't do a 3-second count until the ball's in play.
Good defense on Wasatch.
Almost a steal. Uh-oh. I'm not sure that's going to fly. That ball was loose.
Yep. Payson wants to talk it over with their team.
They're not gonna discuss it. This ref called that, so the ball was loose. And the ball was loose. The Payson player was going after it. And
almost did not out.
Yeah, it looked like it was going out of bounds. You're right. But referee gave it to him, so there was no discussion. So here's our first time out of the game. Wasatch up 11-8. Already gotten a few points from Kiara Sari, 4 points. And a big 3-pointer by Kinsley Schultz early on. And Elizabeth Anthony with a bucket besides Rachel Heath. So spread out scoring for Wasatch right now.
Under 3 minutes left in the first quarter. 11-8 for Wasatch. Payson ball on the sideline.
McKay, describe just a little bit about what defense.
Looks like we're playing a 2-3 right now. We're not pressing the point guard too much. Oh, great steal again.
Anticipation seems to be what Norm Hader likes with that zone defense.
Great ball movement by Wasatch again.
3-point attempt that time by Kaylee Price, just a little off to the mark.
Good.
Payson down.
Good
There's
transition
a big
defense.
block. And Payson still ends up with it. They've lost it 2 times and still ended up with it. And here comes Wasatch. Kaylee Price coming down like a comet. And she's going to get the foul. Great effort there by Payson's Melissa McCauley to try to stop that play. She did stop the layup. But Kaylee Price will shoot 2.
First one's good.
Couple more substitutions there for Wasatch. Rachel Noyce back into the game. Noyce and Katie Perry will make up the 2 big girls. Katie Price misses the second. It's a 4-point lead. 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Same type of offense. There's a drive and kick seems to be what
Payson's doing,
There's another 3-point attempt just off the mark. Looks like they're not afraid to shoot threes, Payson.
Looks like Wasatch is playing really good defense so far. Just need to work on boxing out. Payson's already got a lot of offensive rebounds over us.
Yes, I would say you're right. That drive that time by Krista Rowley for Payson. Drove baseline. All she had to do was do a little head fake, got her defender off her feet. Rowley will shoot 2 and hits the first. Back into the game is Kiara Sari and senior Rachel Heath. Second free throw missed. Sari comes down with it. Sari had a big game the other night against Maple Mountain in that tough loss. Similar type of defense.
Yeah,
Payson.
very similar offense and defense to both of these teams. Looks like a good matchup so far in this game. Another turnover for Wasatch.
Yeah, turnovers, like I was talking about, had a conversation with Coach back a week or so ago, and he said that's something they're really working on is taking care of the ball. They just want to decrease their turnovers a little bit each game. Swarming type of defense. And another three-point attempt. That time, looks like they only gave her 2 for that one, or put it on the line. And that is Macaulay. Macaulay, again, point per average leader on this team. And that is her first bucket of the game. And there's a quick wrap-up that time by Payson. Sari had no time, it looked like. She got that ball and was quickly wrapped up by Sydney Rainey.
It's good defense.
It's like she no longer had her hand. Yeah. Rainey was there with her. That's a valuable play for Payson, in my opinion. Now they've taken the possession. Now they get the next possession on the next jump ball. Those are hustle plays you don't see in stats very often. Pulsifer almost passed that into the arms of those cross passes are dangerous sometimes.
They are.
Katie Perry fighting for that rebound. That was Kiara Sari taking the little jump shot from about the free throw line. And here comes Payson, a chance to take the lead. 3 seconds left. The shot is up, no good.
At the end of the first quarter, Wasatch leads 12-11.
So Wasatch going into this first break, led by as many as 5. But Payson, what did Payson do to come back and bring the lead down to 1?
I think defense was the main thing for them. Wasatch had a lot of turnovers near the end of that, and especially that hustle play that we saw at the end. Got wrapped up, got a quick possession turnaround. I don't know, I think Payson just hustling more right now. Wasatch still looking good, their defense is looking good, and Payson's battling, I think, right now.
What type of strengths does Wasatch have on their offense?
I think their ball movement can be really good. We saw that early in the game. They wouldn't shoot until they got the open shot, and they're just playing really good with that. And besides the turnovers, their offense is looking great right now.
You know, in past games, that passing is always trying to find one of the big girls down low. That has been just completely shut down tonight by Payson. I would imagine Sydney Rainey, their center. You know, she's probably, according to this, it doesn't show her height. I'm guessing she's probably a 5'11", 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, it looks like it.
But very strong. Quarter.
Wasatch is pressing them. 3/4 court looks.
Yeah, that's the first kind of full court pressure. Well, that's Kinsley Schultz down.
Looks like she got an elbow to the face, maybe.
Might have been the ball even. I don't know if we have that replay. And Payson quickly gets in.
Kinsley with the rebound.
Schultz does not do that very often. She's sprinting down there. It's almost like she's a little upset about that fat lip. Yeah, not sure if that was an elbow or a ball or something, but she went down. She's still nursing her
lip, looks like.
And I'm a little surprised here they're not taking shots. Why is that?
I don't know. I thought it should be shooting 2 right now.
They must have called the foul before, obviously. Schultz, I love to see that from Schultz.
Yeah.
Schultz shot just off the front rim. Payson takes over. Wasatch has not scored since 2 minutes left in the first quarter. And that's why, McKay, you were saying earlier, that's Payson coming back. They just haven't been able to get in there and score.
They have the opportunity to take the leader, and now shooting 2 at the line for Payson.
So this is Melissa McCauley shooting 2. That foul, I believe, was charged to. That must have been Rachel Noyce. No, she's not in there. We didn't catch who the foul was on. Oh, that looks like it was Heath. They gave it to Rachel Heath.
Payson takes the lead. 7 minutes left in the first half.
First lead of the game for Payson. And we're going to have a 30-second timeout here charged to Wasatch. And yeah, first lead of the night for Payson.
I think defense is still the main thing for them. Their defense is playing super good right now.
Okay, so what does Wasatch need to do right now to get back into controlling this game?
I think it should slow it down. As you can see in these last couple of possessions, Wasatch has kind of really rushed to get a shot off. Earlier in the game when they had the bigger lead, they just passed around the arc until they found the open shot and maybe drive or pass it to the middle. I think just passing more and try to find the open shot.
You know, it seemed like they had so much energy coming out. Yeah. You know, that excitement, you know, senior night. But I know they want it real badly as well. They all know there isn't a player that doesn't understand the implications of this first round of the state tournament. And I believe it starts next week. So Wasatch will take over. Here, Schultz at the point. Heath and Wonder are the 2 wings.
There we go. Their passing's looking good at the start.
But they are closing it off quickly.
Great defense still at Payson, though.
Almost got the steal and did get the turnover. So, once again, like McKay said, tough defense.
Yeah. Really aggressive defense, getting to every ball quickly and closing out.
Not sure at this point, see any need for Payson to change that type of defense. There's another big block by Kiara Sari. So count that one up for a defensive stop there by Wasatch.
Yeah, it's good defense.
Sari with at least 2 big blocks now tonight. Like we mentioned, Sari led the team in scoring and rebounding the other night against that Maple game. Tough loss for Wasatch at Maple.
Really close game.
And there's a steal. That time, Melissa McCauley. McCauley really starting to get her hand on the ball a lot. You can see why she's their top scorer. She had no hesitation. Schultz, I thought, did the nice stop there to not make that an easy layup. And puts, and there it paid off. Melissa McCauley misses her first. Schultz is going to come out. They're going to bandage up that lip.
Yeah.
Looks like she's just upset.
Yeah.
Very determined. Kinsley Schultz, one of the juniors, one of the many talented juniors on this Wasatch team. Kaylee Price getting a lot of good time here tonight. She's a sophomore. And it looks like they're going to call a travel on Pulsifer.
Another turnover for Wasatch. You got to do something about that. I don't think we've scored since. When was the last time we had a back? But, oh my gosh, the basket was.
Still 2 minutes left in that first, 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter was their last bucket.
So we're just over 4 minutes without a bucket now.
That'll be a quick foul charge to Grace Wonder. Wasatch, McKay, they need to be a little careful. You got 2 players, 2 of their starters now with 2 fouls.
Yeah.
6 minutes still left in the first half.
It's early in the game to have 2 fouls for sure.
Wasatch now looks like they're playing a man. They are playing a deny the ball on, but still there's Rowley still gets in there. They're playing a deny the ball on Sarah Rowley. So it does look like the Rowleys might be sisters. Number 20 is Krista Rowley, and number 12 is Sarah Rowley. So Krista will be at the line. She's a junior. She will be shooting 2. And that, to me, McKay, is what they've been doing offensively. They're driving and getting fouled. Make the first. The lead is now 3 for Payson. So that is an 8-point turnaround, a 5-point lead for Wasatch midway through the first quarter, and now a 3-point lead for Payson. Rowley misses the second free throw, and here comes Wasatch. Elizabeth Anthony checked in earlier. They are trying to get that ball into Kiara Sari. And there's the jump ball.
Payson's defense still looking very strong. Just closing out on every ball and try to get a turnover.
This time possession back to Wasatch. Katie Perry checks back into the game, replacing Pulsifer. Wasatch, last time they did an under the basket throw in, they were able to score. They're in a little different formation here. There's Katie Perry. Immediately has the ball taken from her. And Payson comes back, ready to. And there's a 3-pointer. That time by Sarah Rowley. Almost looked like she got fouled on that play. And just like that, the lead is 6 for Payson. There's the pass down low to Katie Perry. And Perry has her first bucket of the game.
That's what Wasatch wants, trying to find the open shot like they were doing earlier in the game. That really helps them.
Almost looked like they got back quicker and Payson hadn't set up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something to watch. Payson gets the ball down low to Rainey. Rainey kicks it out. And another foul. All the fouls here for the next 4.5 minutes are going to be 1-1 for Payson. Rainey at the line for the Lions. Actually has not scored yet in this game. For the Lions. Her season average looks like not often scoring. She's a great rebounder, and but averages a little under 1 point per game. Misses both, but the rebound quickly hustle play by Krista Rowley, and the basket. I believe that was the basket was. I think it was maybe Courtney Houston. Yeah, number 10, Courtney Houston for Payson. The lead is back to 6, the largest lead of the night for Payson. Payson still in their same type of zone, looks like.
It's looking really good against Wasatch so far, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like it's almost frustrating them a little bit, doesn't it? And that shot is blocked. Rachel Heath took the 3-point shot, and it was blocked. And that, once again, jump ball.
I think it was a timeout, actually.
Okay. They were able to call the timeout. Yeah, Wasatch looking a little frustrated offensively.
Yeah.
We want to thank you again tonight for keeping your masks on at all times.
So, again, that frustration coming from what? Okay.
I think on defense, there's actually a lot of stuff going on, too, for Wasatch. There have been many offensive rebounds that Payson's got this game. They got second chance opportunities off of. Wasatch hasn't got too many of those offensive rebounds. So I think we need to close in and try to get rebounds on offense and on defense. I think that's going to help a lot.
You know, you mentioned earlier all the turnovers.
Yeah.
You know, the defense that Payson's in, that zone, but it looks like, and I'm not a basketball expert, but it looks like whatever pass they go to, whether a top wing or low wing, the zone becomes a double team.
Yep.
And that just seems to be really frustrating.
Yeah. And they all close in on the center person, too. which is also not helping Wasatch.
Payson comes in with a 6-point lead. Same type of offense. They get it in low to Rainey. Rainey is immediately double teamed. And it looks like, wow, it looks like Kiara Sari thought that was off of her and didn't grab it, but they are giving it to Payson. 3:35 still left here in the first half. And there's a little block shot, but Payson still ends up with it. The shot no good. Another offensive rebound.
Wow.
This time they're going to call a travel. That's a break for Wasatch because that was looking like they were either going to get a score or a foul.
Yeah.
So Wasatch gratefully takes over. Yeah, see, they're jumping in. Looks like they're just
following the offense.
They're challenging Wasatch to go ahead and take. They're even coming out for the three. And that time they got called. Super aggressive defense that time by Cristaroli. But that time hurt just a little bit. Got charged with looks like a slap on the arm.
Yeah.
Only the sixth. I believe that's got to be the 6th team foul because they had 5 before. So looking at the scoreboard, I'm betting it's their 16th foul. So the next foul for Wasatch or against Wasatch will also be
1-on-1.
A 1-on-1 situation. Yeah, Wasatch is really trying to get it up there to the top to Kiara. And then at that point, they just can't seem to get it where they want. Okay, Payson takes over. Once again with a 6-point lead, 2:51 left in this first half.
Looks like Wasatch is going back to a zone defense as well.
Another wide open three and another offensive rebound. This time Kiara Sari comes down with it. Sari and Perry are the two big girls. We haven't seen Rachel Noyce in just a little while. There's a bounce. Almost got the bounce. Perry with the offensive rebound and got fouled. Another break, just a hustle point there by Katie Perry.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. It was only 5 team fouls, so that is the 6th team foul. So still Wasatch not shooting. Looks like Wasatch is going to take a timeout here. But great hustle play there will get Wasatch the ball again. And so Payson, 6-point lead. Wasatch has only scored 1 bucket in this third quarter. And McKay, what do they need to do to get some scoring here in this last 2:20?
I don't know. Payson has really tough defense, it looks like. I don't know if they want to change up their offense at all, but I think they need to do some pick and rolls. Maybe clear off that, clear off the center and maybe try to get an easy bucket down low. Threes aren't falling for us right now.
That's exactly right. That seems like the thing with that zone. Somebody coming and setting a pick and being able to do that. I think they're trying to do that a little bit down low. Most of it seems motion-like, but there's a 3-point attempt blocked. Yeah, they're coming clear out on the 3-point shots. That was Kinsley. Schultz got blocked on that 3-point attempt. Thankfully here on these last couple of possessions for Payson, Wasatch has gotten a couple of steals and a good rebound off a miss. There's another wide open 3 by Payson, no good, but Wasatch is going to get called for the foul. No, it's going to be the other way. That is an offensive foul, which will put someone at the line. So that looked like a rebounding type of offensive foul against Payson. I think it looks like they gave that to, I don't want to say it was Natalie Cox because I think she got the other foul. But Rachel Heath, no matter what, is going to shoot 1-and-1 for Wasatch. An opportunity to score and no good. And Payson comes down. Once again, a minute 46 left. Wasatch has scored 1 bucket here in the second quarter. Yeah, I'm not sure. We're going to have to find out why Rachel Noyce has not been in the game. She might have 2 fouls, but boy, at this point, you'd think with this much time left that they'd be putting her back in. I'm wondering if she's injured. There's a pass down low and another big block by Kiara Sari.
Third of the game, right?
At least third, yeah. There's a great pass down low, in and out. Katie Perry almost had that shot. No good. Here comes Payson once again. Minute 15 left here in the first half. Kiara Sari goes for that ball. And they're going to call that.
Wasatch's defense is looking a lot more aggressive since that last time out. I think we've had 2 or 3 turnovers since then against Payson.
Neither team has scored. Wasatch hasn't scored in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Payson hasn't scored in probably at least 3.
Another turnover for Wasatch.
Those
and a foul, sending Payson to the line.
Those are the type of plays that really hurt you, it seems like,
Especially in 1-on-1.
Make the unfortunate turnover, but then, trying to get the ball back often. It just seems like 75% of the time they're going to get called with that foul. So, okay, I'd say at this point, Wasatch having only scored 2 this quarter, but only down 6. I think they should be grateful for that at this point. So that is Courtney Houston, a senior for Payson. Hits the first, and that's the first score in several minutes for either team. And misses the second. Katie Perry comes up with it, 52 seconds. Really, Wasatch really needs a score here.
Trying to cut the lead down before the half.
Once again, moving the ball around. Top of the key, there's Kaylee Price in the game once again. Elizabeth Anthony. There's a kick out to Heath. He's going to take the 3-pointer. Good!
That's what we were seeing earlier in the game. A lot of passing to find the open shot without any rust.
A desperately needed 3-pointer by Rachel Heath.
Making the lead 4 with only 15 seconds left in the first half.
Wasatch comes way out, it looks like. Not going to allow the easy shot.
Yep.
And there's McCauley, gets the shot up, no good. That ball's going to go to Wasatch. They're going to have a chance to score again here. 5 seconds, 5.7 seconds. Payson's going to continue to do that one-person kind of pressure. Looks like just a little pressure. Katie Price comes down. She's got to get it off to somebody quick. Oh, she's going to get tied up. And no shot for Wasatch. But a big 3-pointer with less than a minute left by Rachel Heath gives Wasatch some life. What does that mean going into halftime, okay?
I mean, making it a 4-point lead, making it a 4-point, only trailing by 4 points instead of trailing by 7 is a huge difference. That's going to help Wasatch a lot.
Yeah, perfect. And it just seems to give them a little extra
confidence.
Hopefully confidence, yeah. So as the teams go in, 21-17 is the lead for Payson. The story is, and we're going to see, here's the 3-point attempt. You're seeing that replay, beautiful shot, and much, much needed by not only the players and the coaches, but the fans here, really needing just needing a boost right there at the end. So that shot gives Wasatch 5 points for the second quarter, which is better than 2. And so the lead 21-17 here at halftime. Thanks for joining us here on StingTV. I'm Brent Martindale with McKay Ritchie. And we're going to now let you watch for your halftime entertainment. Watch the drill team. Thanks again for joining us here on StingTV. Don't be afraid to crank it up. And welcome back, everybody. This is Wasatch High School Girls Basketball. The Wasps hosting the Payson Lions, down 17-21 at the half. But before we go any further tonight, we want to thank all of you for joining us, and we want to thank our sponsors. McKay Ritchie, Brent Martindale here with McKay Ritchie. McKay, our sponsors, great parts of the community.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Our sponsors are Labrum. They have great cars over there, and Mountainland One Stop. It's great gas stations, great food. Me and my friends go there a lot for lunch. Beaver Valley, Argent Cheese.
Yeah, the cheese, that's a fabulous place right over there.
And Dairy King. Some of the best.
My favorite at One Stop is the nachos.
Oh, yeah. Those are good.
Steak with the steak. Perfect. Yeah, thank you to all of our sponsors here with StingTV. We were able to talk just a little bit at halftime, McKay. Payson, happy to have a lead, but Wasatch picked up just a little bit. What does Payson need to do to keep their lead this game?
Looked like in the last couple of minutes of the first half, Wasatch's defense really picked it up. Payson went on like probably 10-0 run before, and Wasatch started picking it up, especially on defense. Got a lot of turnovers and really good defense. I think if they keep that up and maybe just have some good offensive plays, they'll be back in the game.
And just like that, Payson, that is, I believe that was McCauley hitting their scoring leader. Hits the three right out of the halftime. I do believe that's what Wasatch wants right there. When they get the ball into Sari, she immediately has two players on her, McKay, and that time got the foul.
Yeah.
Wasatch will have the ball underneath their own basket. So not sure of the violation there. Oh, it was a foul. So they're going to call the foul on Siri. It looked like she was trying to just establish a little too much position. So Payson will take over without Wasatch even getting a shot on that first possession. McCauley, the scoring leader for Payson, and leading the team, all scorers right now with 9 points. And there's a quick foul charged to Wonder. So both teams within a minute are charged with a foul, and Wonder's going to come out. Wonder, that is her third personal foul. We were wondering earlier about Rachel Noyce, if she was injured. She's back in there. She does have 2 fouls. There's a big offensive rebound there.
I think that's really going to affect Wasatch. We have 3 of our starters right now in foul trouble. We have Kinsley at 3 and Rachel at 2, and then the person that just subbed out was also at 3. That's really going to affect Wasatch later in the game.
You know, it seems like when you talk about fouls, having 2 fouls in the first 2 quarters is a little worrisome. But boy, Noyce was out the entire second quarter, it seemed like. And there's a steal that time.
There's a Wasatch.
So there's a steal and tumbling going on there. But it does look like McCauley is going to get charged with her second personal foul. So on the other hand, there's several starters for Payson now with 2 fouls each. Definitely something to keep an eye on. Here comes Wasatch. Has not had an attempt yet here in the third quarter, another turnover. It just seems like they're having a hard time getting that ball into the forward.
Yeah.
At the top of the line. What can they do to combat that?
I think the pick and roll would really change the game right now for Wasatch. Every time they try to get it to the person at the top of the key, looks like they're getting wrapped up, and it's either a turnover or just a jump ball, and neither of those are what Wasatch wants at all right now.
There's Schultz with a 3-point attempt, no good, but there's going to be a foul under the basket. And it looks like it will go against Payson. Looks like that's going to be Rainey. Rainey, there's another foul problem for Payson now. That's Rainey, their center, with 3 fouls. Kinsley Schultz, a nice setup there for that little jump shot. Rachel Noyce gets the offensive board, turns around quickly, and that's going to be 4 fouls on Rainey.
And 14 fouls for Payson so far.
That means Rainey, their starting center, is going to have to come out right now if Noyce misses it. Rainey is going to come out. That's their starting center. And one of their best defenders on that play, on trying to get the ball. Noyce hits both. It is absolutely invaluable what Rachel Noyce does when she's back on the floor for Wasatch, McKay.
Yeah, she's already had such an impact on the game in this third quarter.
Kiara Seri with almost another steal. 3-point attempt, no good. There's Noyce.
You can see the aggressiveness of Wasatch so far in this third quarter compared to the second quarter.
Completely changed, I agree.
Defense and offense.
Still the same type of, there's Noyce down low. She's going to make a move and is going to get fouled again.
It's 5 team fouls for Payson so far, 2 minutes into the third quarter.
And 2 of those on Noyce immediately.
The score right now is 24-19 for Payson with 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
Kinsley Schultz heading the point guard action for the Wasps. She's going to be wide open for almost another 3 there. Heath gets it into Kiara Seri. She's going to try to get in, kicks it back out. Ava Pulsifer swings around the top, and Wasatch will reset. When Rainey came out, Schultz with another 3, no good, but there you go. Kiara Seri.
Another aggressive play by Wasatch.
Offensive board and the bucket. Seri now with 6 points. And just like that, Wasatch within 3 and another steal. And here comes Wasatch. Thought they might go running, but they're going to slow it down just a little bit. Just what you said, McKay. It just seems like the defense. Kiara Seri.
Figured out how to get around the defense that time. The pump fake and the drive, it looks like.
And this time, Payson now.
Payson wanted to talk it over. 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Payson has seen their lead go from 8 to 1 in about a minute and a half. All right, okay, here's the replay. Tell us just a little bit about that's getting the ball at the top. There's the head fake. That's exactly what we want. Great job, crew. Nice replay. All right, so Wasatch down by 8 at one point. All of a sudden, the game has changed. Down 23-24. And still time left here in the third quarter. So what type of things, as a student, McKay, we were talking about this earlier, well, last week a couple times, not having the student crowd here. What type of impact does that make on the players, do you think?
As a student, I think that makes a huge impact on the game. I've been to many different games like college, NBA, and even high school, and you can just hear and feel the change when you have a home advantage. I think it really makes a huge difference. A lot of people are starting to allow a little bit of fans, mostly just parents though, and I think it's starting to affect the game too.
Well, we gotta give our kudos out to the cheerleaders. They are here in force. And there's another turnover.
Great defense by Wasatch.
I'm going to say Rachel Noyce caused that turnover right there.
Had a great
hustling clear out on the high wing, and athletically, Noyce is just double what other athletes are out on the court right now. That pass just a little off her hands. And here comes Payson. They're going to, and a big steal.
Wasatch. Kinsley Schultz at the steal and the pass.
Here's an opportunity for a fast break. Kiara Seri almost gets that. And Payson's going to slow it down. Wow, that was a couple of fast break plays there. Couple of steals. Missed opportunity, unfortunately, for Wasatch. But
had the opportunity to take the lead. Still playing a great third quarter so far, though.
Payson gets the shot they wanted. And Rachel Heath down on the floor. She turned that ankle. Uh-oh, she's limping again. She turned that ankle last week. And, boy, you knew that eventually was going to happen. That's just unfortunate there. Payson playing great hustle defense, but just a little bit too much for Krista Riley and got charged with the foul.
It's like Kinsley, Rachel Noyce, and Pulsifer are all coming out of the game right now.
Rachel Heath stays in the game. I thought she was going to come out. Limping now, visibly limping, but tough. She's not gonna ask to come out. Kiara Siri, little head fake there, and that's going to be another foul.
1-1.
That is Natalie Cox, who came in for Rainey. Cox now will have 3 fouls.
Wasatch at the line, 1-1.
Oh, they gave that foul to Krista Rowley, who has 3 fouls. Payson now, the team with a little bit of foul trouble. All of their starters with at least 2, and Rowley with 3. First foul, shot, free throw missed, and the score remains 23-24. And there's another steal. Once again, Kaylee Price, and she calmly brings it back, and Wasatch will run their offense. There's Sari at the top. Swarmed immediately, but kicks it out. Looking immediately, there's Anthony. Great shot, miss, and
Wasatch takes the lead, 25-24, 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Beast offensive rebound there, and the bucket.
Of Wasatch so far in this third quarter to really change.
And that's going to be a travel. Payson right now, what are they doing? I mean, yeah, the defense is stronger, but Payson panicking a little bit? What's going on?
Panicking, yeah. After blowing that lead, they're just too tight. They just got to loosen up, be confident.
Payson has now taken out Natalie Cox, and Payson doesn't have a player over 5'7" on the floor at the moment. Although that's another turnover there. McCauley comes up with it, and Payson takes over. The lead has changed. Wasatch up 25-24. The first lead for Wasatch since basically the beginning of the second quarter. And they come up with another turnover. Wasatch has an opportunity here, and interesting call there. I don't know if that was a makeup on the Payson mauled Katy Perry there. You want to slide? It's up to you. So Wasatch will take over. 2:20 left in the third quarter. Wasatch just got back their first lead since the beginning of the second quarter. And it has been a combination of tough defense and Kiara Sari and Rachel Noyce with buckets down low. That wasn't a bad shot, but Payson comes up with the rebound. So that now is 4 lead changes in this game. Grace Wonder almost got that steal, but Payson will take over. 1 minute, 50 seconds left. What's Wasatch doing here under the basket? And they come up with it one more time.
A lot of turnovers for Payson to start off the third quarter.
Katy Perry takes that jump shot, no good, but there's Rachel Noyce with the board. Another offensive rebound and gets fouled. That is beast mode. Okay. So at the moment, we don't have the scoreboard on the screen. 25-24 is your score with Wasatch in the lead. And Rachel Noyce hits the first. That's 3 for 3 free throws for Rachel Noyce tonight. Makes it a 26-24 advantage for Wasatch. And I jinxed her,
There we go.
sorry.
Scoreboard's back.
So the lead remains 26-24, 1 minute 26 seconds left. There's a three-point attempt by Payson, good.
Payson takes the lead.
And that's Olivia Whitworth, comes off the bench. Whitworth was the first player off the bench in the first half, got a lot of minutes, and I believe that is her first three-pointer of the night. And another bucket. Big score that time is the answer by Wasatch. 28-27 now. The scoreboard back on the screen. And Wasatch will take advantage of yet another turnover by the Lions. Natalie Cox will come back into the game. There's the big center replacing Rainey. Rainey went out with 4 fouls with 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. We probably won't see her again for a little bit. Very impressed with Kaylee Price coming in here tonight, being the point guard for Wasatch. There's Rachel Noyce again. Double team quickly. She gets it out. Price with the three-point attempt, no good. Kiara Siri almost got another offensive rebound, but here comes Payson. 18 seconds left. That was Olivia Whitworth a minute ago that got the three-pointer. Wasatch coming out on her quickly. There's another player down for Payson. And it looks like they're going to allow a second for her. While we have a second here, McKay, we've now had 5 lead changes in the game. 3 here in just the, 6 lead changes. 3 here already in the last 2 minutes here of the third quarter. And 8 seconds left. Payson trying to get a shot off. Looks like they're going to get a shot. Almost gets it in. Wasatch will get it, and that will be the end of the third quarter. Wasatch takes the lead going into the fourth, 28-27. And so let's do a quick recap of that third quarter. How did Wasatch come back to take the lead? Okay.
Defensively, we played great. I think Payson only had a 3-point third quarter, right? Had that big shot with 2 minutes left to take the lead back again, but other than that, Wasatch has been controlling the third quarter for sure, offensively and defensively. They've been getting a lot of shots they wanted, down low, good passes, good plays and everything going on.
Wasatch, that was their biggest run of the game, so they scored 12 points in the first quarter. It was 12-11 at the end of the first, and then Payson took over at that point. Wasatch did get the shot at the end of the half to bring it to 17-21. And so, you're right. Payson scores 6 points that quarter. And but still, easily the best defensive effort we've seen from Wasatch in this game.
For sure.
All right, so what's the next thing? Foul trouble. Both teams looking at a couple things. Wasatch only with 1 player with 3 fouls. And that is Kinsley Schultz. Payson, their starting center, Rainey, on the bench still with 4 fouls. We'll probably see her, and there's Rachel Noyce again with another steal.
She's really changed the third quarter and started the fourth quarter for them so far. Saw her right off the beginning of the third quarter. She's been playing great.
It's not a surprise that the softest quarter for Wasatch on both ends was the second when she wasn't playing. She and Siri.
Rachel Noyce again.
Rachel Noyce. Another big post move. Noyce now. That shows her only with 5 points. I'm pretty sure that's not right.
Yeah.
Although
she's done a lot more.
And there's Noyce will get called with that foul. So if that is on Noyce, that will be her third. which is still a safe number here with the 1 quarter remaining. Speaking of fouls, here's Rainey back into the game for Payson, their starting center, with 4 fouls. And probably a place where Wasatch can go is try to go right at her, right?
Yeah. Try to get her to foul out.
3-point attempt looked really good there for Payson. No good off the front rim. And Kinsley Schultz will run things again here for Wasatch. They get it into Siri, and she's going to be immediately fouled. If that's on Krista Rowley. Okay, they gave it to Sarah Rowley. The Rowley sisters were all over Kiara Siri. And yeah, from here on out, Wasatch is shooting free throws on every foul. This will be Kiara Sari. Sinks the first, nothing but net. Here's Rachel Noyce with that strong post move, a little Jimmy Chitwood jump shot there off the glass. And Noyce with 5 points tonight. Kiara Sari sinks both and is leading now all scorers
12
with
points.
I believe she had 12 before that shot is what I'm thinking, but there's another almost steal by Wasatch.
Oh, big block by Kiara.
And a monster block will be the 4th, we believe, at least the 4th tonight for Kiara Sari. And it looks like a foul is going to be charged to Wasatch. Pretty sure that's Grace Wonder.
Yeah, big block.
A great job with the replay there. That is, and Grace Wonder does have to come out of the game. She's charged with her 3rd personal foul. Payson's going to take over. They have not been afraid to shoot those 3-pointers. Not as good a percentage this half. That's not a jump ball. That's going to be a foul. If that is on Heath, we'll
fouled out.
Oh my gosh, they did. They called it on Rainey. Wow. Holy smokes, that is a shocker. Do we have that? We don't have that replay, do we? Payson crowd, the parents are absolutely livid.
Yeah.
And that would
don't
be
agree with that call either.
Yeah, Coach Chad Barr is pleading his case, but that is not going to work. That is Rainey is fouled out of the game with 6:38 left in the game and Payson down by 5. And that did. It looked like it was just kind of a free-for-all, what I saw. And Rachel Heath misses the first. Wasatch in the double bonus now, shooting 2 every foul now for the rest of the way out. And that's a factor. Wasatch a few weeks ago actually lost the game at the end, missing their free throws. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. The lead is now 6. What does Payson need to do, McKay, at this part of the game?
I think they should need to pick it up on defense again. Wasatch has been killing it, especially on offense, and they're picking up that lead. They made it a 6-point lead again for Wasatch. Earlier in the game, just about a quarter ago, Wasatch was down by 7. They turned that around real quick. So I think Payson needs to just keep on playing aggressively and try to get back in the game quick.
Rachel Heath will be given that steal. Kiara Sari trying to get the ball into Noyce and just outside of her reach. So Wasatch gives the ball back to Payson. 6 minutes. There's plenty of time here left.
Oh, yeah, sure.
With 6 minutes left. Payson down 6.
Good
and
defense.
Kiara Sari with the anticipation steal and just can't keep hold of it.
Great defense tonight for Kiara. She's had 4 blocks that we've seen at least, and a couple steals on top of that.
Sorry. Okay, Norm Hader just furious. Thought the Payson player hit that out. We could see from here it wasn't.
Yeah.
And Kiara wasn't arguing either. So, you know, that's a coach's prerogative. They can argue those things, right? Wasatch takes over. Payson still in that zone. Natalie Cox has come into the game to replace Rainey. Cox has done a great job. She's a big, tall body. She's clogging the middle and really making it hard on Rachel Noyce. Wasatch doing a little waiting here.
Yeah.
And
not on any rush at all right now.
Schultz almost get that ball. A little bounce pass might have been perfect. But beautiful penetration there by Schultz. I believe Wasatch has a couple of great point guard options for their future. Schultz, another one of the juniors. They have a couple of great options coming up. Got to remember, Noyce and Sari both are juniors. And the future looking bright. There's Pulsifer down low, gets the pass from Sari and makes a great move. Shot doesn't go, but gets fouled. What's the state of mind for Payson right now?
They got to hurry something up. Looks like on defense right there, they're kind of just waiting for Wasatch to do something. But Wasatch isn't in any hurry right now. They could just run out the clock if they want to do, basically. I think it's got to play aggressive and fight for every ball like Wasatch was doing earlier in the game.
Payson looking, and those shoes, yeah, the crew got the shoes. David Pulsifer.
I like those shoes.
Definitely making the mark, and Pulsifer sinks both. The lead is now 8. This equals the biggest lead of the night for Wasatch back in the first quarter.
Yep.
But still 4:40 left in the game. There's McCauley, gets the ball. No foul called. Wasatch comes up with it. McCauley definitely trying to make something happen. And they're going to call the foul on Krista Rowley. Rowley now has fouled out of the game.
2 players fouled out now for Payson.
I got to say, I don't think that was a smart foul.
Wasatch is going to the line again with the opportunity to make it a 10-point lead with 4.5 minutes left.
Rowley almost looked a little frustrated, like that was a frustration foul, and that's unfortunate. She's done a great job, great hustler for them. Yeah, Coach Hader's actually making a really good point. Hader making a really good point. That foul shot was not supposed to be shot because there was a player that had fouled out. And those refs technically should have given her the first shot over again. But the refs aren't about to admit it at this point.
Yeah.
There's a drive by Payson, so we're going to be that'll be a foul charge to Schultz. Schultz now with 4 fouls. That actually is significant. 4 minutes left in this game, and you don't want one of the key guards, although Wasatch has 5 different guards that they can bring in at any time. So, but still, that is something to keep an eye on. This almost looks like Payson's gone to a man defense.
Yeah. The zone was working really well for him earlier today in the second quarter, it looked like.
But I agree with that because the zone was not working and they had to change something. So, but there's another foul. So Kiara Sari
what do you
will
think
shoot
was the biggest thing for Wasatch to get back in the game?
So that's a great question, and that's what I think the post-game talk will be. Is at this point, I think McKay, you and I agree that Rachel Noyce came in and made a huge impact in that third quarter on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, for sure.
So Kiara Sari has been in the game most of the game. She was in there for that whole second quarter when Noyce was out, but that's my impact of the game is Rachel Noyce coming in. Kiara Sari. She's had a great night and sank those other free throws. But at that point, all she's going to remember is that airball free throw. I guarantee you. She'll be so hard on herself. So what happened there? I did not see. Did anybody see what just happened there? Why is Payson shooting
no
free
clue.
throws? Sari missed the rim, which means it was an automatic possession change for Payson.
I don't see a foul anywhere.
But I do see an extra foul on the board for Rachel Noyce. So somewhere on the inbound is all I'm guessing.
Huh.
Is how Payson got the ball back. Somehow they called Rachel Noyce. There's point guard Kiara Sari bringing the ball down.
Yeah.
So somehow Rachel Noyce in the inbound play in less than a second got called for a foul. So Noyce has come out of the game with 3 minutes and 41 seconds with 4 fouls. And the free throw down on Payson's end was missed. Wasatch got the rebound, so they took possession. So the lead for Wasatch now is 9, the biggest lead of the night, and multiple lead changes here, McKay. And so you asked me earlier, what's your idea on the comeback for Wasatch? Who's most responsible in your view?
I think Rachel Noyce is definitely the most responsible, but it was a whole entire team effort also. Right off the bat, you can see the whole entire team with a whole different mindset coming in that second half. All of them were playing a lot more confidently and a lot more smoothly. We weren't trying to rush a shot or anything, just waiting for a good shot instead of.
We're looking at the Wasatch parents trying to rile up a crowd a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I agree with you, McKay. I think as much as Noyce and Sari have been dominant and Noyce coming in that third quarter, I agree with you. The guards, never ending, always energized, and really kept everything in play just to get the balls down to the big girls. So I agree with you. A big full team effort.
Yeah.
And there's a anticipation steal by Payson. Unfortunately misses the layup, and that was a great steal. I'm seeing her number as 17, but there's no 17 on. No, it's 12. Sorry, that's my mistake. That's Sarah Rowley. Rowley with another great steal. Missed the layup, unfortunately, for Payson. And Wasatch takes their 9-point lead into the last 3 minutes of the game. McKay, Wasatch really only has to hold the ball, right? They just have to take care of the ball.
Clock in high school, they can just pass the ball and wait for a foul, basically.
Norm Hayter is not a four-corner guy, although I have seen them practice it. But he's staying aggressive. He's going at it, and Payson fouls. That'll be the 4th foul for Sarah Rowley now. And Rachel Heath will get 2 free throws, hits the first.
Makes it a 10-point lead again with 3 minutes left.
Rachel Noyce comes back into the game. Katie Perry comes out. Katie Perry, one of those quiet contributors. Always comes in, always gets a few rebounds. May not score a lot of points, but she definitely comes in and makes an impact.
Yeah, definitely changes the game.
I don't know if Kiara Sari has come out of the game this half.
I don't think she has. Another big block by her. Wow.
5 blocks. Kiara Sari. And that is, her coach just said that. That's a super hustle play by a great athlete, Sarah Rowley. But that was not a smart play, and her coach kind of just looked at her there and says, hey.
Yeah.
And so she has fouled out of the game. Hayter yelling something. And he is not happy. This is what happened last time. The player fouled out, and Wasatch was shooting the free throw before the player got out of the game. So Kinsley Schultz back into the game here, got fouled, and will shoot 2. Try to extend this 10-point lead for Wasatch.
Takes the first one.
Hits the first. Coach Hayter screaming out the next thing he wants. Schultz misses the second. And the lead remains 11. Here comes Payson. Rachel Noyce again with the deflection. Again here defensively, Wasatch just needs to not foul. You know, go for steals, but there's no reason at this point to stop the clock.
Just play smart.
A foul will be, now that unfortunately looked like Kiara Sari did get the ball with her arm, but probably got her body on the foul, so she wasn't arguing it. So now Sari with 4 fouls. Sorry, I take that back. She only has 2 fouls. First free throw is good.
Is that
by
Payson's
Courtney
first
Houston.
point of the fourth quarter?
Who's?
Is that Payson's first point of the fourth quarter?
No, I can't remember. That's a good point. Big rebound by Sari. Sari brings it down, dribbles herself, brings it down, and Coach Coach Hader definitely what he's saying is he's telling them we're not in a hurry. Don't just be patient. Payson takes over down 10, 2.5 minutes. And just a mishandled ball there by Payson. And Wasatch will take over. So it looks like Payson's going to go ahead and call timeout. And Coach Barr smiling with his girls, trying to keep them positive. You know, 2.5 minutes, a lot of things can happen.
Yeah.
McKay, we watched that game last week where there was a 9-point lead that shriveled to 1 in less than a minute. And so, you know, big things can happen. Okay. All right, Brent Martindale here with McKay Ritchie and on StingTV. Thanks for joining us here. 2 minutes left, 2.5 minutes left in this game. Wasatch up 38-28. And McKay, we're going to start thinking of, you know, our player of the game, maybe defender of the game, and play of the game. I'm thinking of a couple in particular, but you know, 2.5 minutes. Let's think, what is Payson in their timeout talking about right now?
I think aggressive defense, but not fouling. They can't foul anymore. They can't let them waste the time either. They got to try to go for steals, try to play smart defensively. And on offense, I think they're going to try to get to the line as much as possible or get a smart shot.
You know, getting to the line, that's a good idea. I mean, go after the
Stops
girls
the
that have
clock
4 fouls.
Yeah.
Wasatch now with 4 players, 5 players, I believe, with 4 fouls.
Yeah.
And they're not in a position. They're not in a position to go to have a tie in this game and go to overtime. And I believe that was not a foul. That was not a timeout Payson wanted to take. That is their last foul. I think they are out of fouls now for the last 2 minutes and 13 seconds. But they kept them with the possession. So as you were mentioning, they need scores quick. Payson needs to score quick. On the other hand, right now, what is Coach Hader telling his girls in their timeout?
I just thought about a minute ago, Kiara and the other players ran up the court really quick. I think you just got to take it slow. You can't rush anything, especially when you have this kind of lead. You don't want to have it like not a good turnover. You just want to be able to play smart, use the time to your advantage, get a good shot if you need it.
The crew having some fun with the referee there. I think the refs just want to go home.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, so Wasatch, you know, they do need to, they can't clog the middle. You know, I mean, they want to clog the middle for no easy layups, but at the same time, Payson hit a couple of threes earlier, so they can't leave that open as well. So Payson will have the ball underneath their own basket. 2 minutes, 13 seconds left in this game. And referee's doing a little cleanup of, it looks like
cheerleader pom-pom maybe.
some pom-pom cleanup. So this gives Wasatch a chance to see what Payson's doing on this inbound play. And Payson will get the ball in. Kinsley Schultz with a great deflection there. Payson, no matter what it is, they got to score quickly.
Yep. 10 points in 2 minutes is doable. It'll be very tough for them.
And there's a drive. That's exactly what I think they should do, is go right at Kiara Siri or Rachel Noyes. And that ball's going to go to Payson. You know, that is an inexperienced sort of thing, what to do when you don't have a dribble and you're being double teamed. You know, it's up to the other players. That's going to be a foul, and somebody fouling out of the game for Wasatch. Yeah, Rachel Noyes is going to come out of the game with her fifth personal.
Fifth one of the game.
Kiara Sari was trying, begging. That foul was on me.
Yeah.
Sari only has, I believe, 2 fouls. So Rachel Noyes comes out of the game, 5 points, multiple rebounds.
She's made a huge impact on the game, though. 5 points doesn't seem like a lot, but defensively and offensively, she changed the game completely, especially in that third quarter we saw her right off the bat.
And I think most of those points were in the third quarter, if we're not mistaken.
Yeah.
So Payson at the line. Here shooting 2. This is Chinsey Roundy. Roundy coming in off the bench. She's a freshman. And misses her first. The lead remains 10. Roundy misses the second, although Payson comes up with the rebound. Another block by, and that right there. See, that way she was double teamed and was able to do a pump up and a bounce pass below, and Sari quickly got out of that trouble.
She got the foul that she wanted. Now she's shooting 2 at the line, trying to expand the lead. Just what Wasatch wanted.
Looks like it's going to be Schultz who got fouled. Schultz has done a fabulous job leading the point tonight for Wasatch. Has also thrown in 4 points and multiple assists. Misses the first. And again, the lead remains the same for Wasatch, 38-28. Schultz misses the second, identical. Looks like it bounced off the rim the exact same way as her first. Payson tries to get it inside. Has it deflected. And Payson definitely fouling now. They're having to foul, and this will be a game for at the free throw line. Houston with the foul, and that is her first. And Heath misses the first. Leading the scoring for Payson tonight is McCauley. Melissa McCauley, she has 9 points. I do not believe McCauley has scored here in the fourth quarter. And Heath hits the second. That's the first score for either team here for the last couple of minutes. 1 minute, 25 seconds. And that pass just errant, just didn't get into the person they wanted. You know, I would think, McKay, it just seemed like Payson had some pretty good three-point shooters. Wasatch not defending the three. They were basically giving it to them.
Yeah.
I would, at this point, take a chance on a couple of those.
For sure.
Try to get a couple of threes. Threes will get you right back in this game.
Really tough to come back now, though. 11-point game with over a minute left.
1 minute, 2 seconds. Olivia Whitworth, who came in and hit a couple shots earlier, comes out of the game. And Payson comes down. They've got to score quickly. They have a minute left. And see, they're getting it to McCauley. And she's going low, kicks it out. There's the three-pointer that we were talking about. The rebound stays with Payson. And it just seems like...
another block by Kiara.
Yeah, it was. That's at least 6
or
now.
7.
We're talking. And just a little sloppy now at this point. Payson getting charged with another foul. Kiara Seri will shoot. And she was sinking the shots earlier. And it's probably at this point, McKay in her head just a little bit.
Yeah. She's probably tired too. She's been playing
She
almost
has
the whole
been.
entire
That is
game.
a really good point. And and double air balls. Still had a great game tonight. And I'm telling you, that's all she's going to think about.
Yep.
She's not going to think about being the leading scorer, and she's not going to think about all the
6
rebounds.
blocks
She's just going to be, oh, holy smokes. This game, they're calling Norm Hader to come back to his coaching box.
Yeah.
And the last thing they need right now is a technical foul. That would, at this point, with the time left, it's not going to affect, but that would just be Hader going to bring in some bench players at this time. Checking into the game for the first time for Wasatch is Elizabeth Houston and Eden Nelson.
It's a little bit
Kiara
confusing for
Seri
Wasatch. 6 players on the court.
quickly was off the court, went off the baseline, so she was technically off the court.
Yeah.
And Payson will take over once again, full length. So this game all but over, 18.5 seconds, and Wasatch will have gained a very valuable win tonight in their case for being ranked in the top 16 in the RPI. 10 seconds left. Wasatch with a chance for a score here. And that is who just came into the game, Elizabeth Houston, the sophomore, comes in, gets the pass from Kaylee Price and gets the score, and she's mobbed there at the bench. So a big win for Wasatch. Final score 41-28 over Payson. And McKay, that's a big game for Wasatch, a big win. And we've mentioned it a few times, but let's talk for a minute here while we get ready to close. Let's talk a little bit about let's go through the motions of this game. Wasatch started out strong and led, and go over a little bit of the first half.
First half, I think the first quarter is 12-11. Both teams seemed pretty strong. Wasatch took out Rachel Noyce the whole entire second quarter, and they ended up
with a couple of fouls, I guess.
Ended up at halftime 17-21, down by 4. And then third quarter, they came out super strong, and they came out with the lead, I believe, right?
So, yeah, I believe it was partway through the third quarter that Wasatch came back, and then it was with just about a minute and a half, got their first lead back.
And something that really helped us during that second half comeback was the defense for Wasatch. I believe we only held Payson to a 7-point second half, which is great.
Exactly.
Defense. Amazing. I think that was a key factor to the win tonight. And yeah, we'd like to thank again our sponsors, Mountain One Stop and Labrum, Heber Valley Artisan Cheese, and Dairy King. Thank you, guys.
So we do thank our sponsors, and that's the game tonight. Next up for Wasatch, they are on the road this Friday night at Salem Hills. And as big a game this was, that game even bigger. Salem ahead of them in the rankings in the 5A. So looking at the Region 8, right now before the game tonight, Salem Hills was 6-5, and Wasatch was 6-6. So they will now go up with their 7th win. that will inevitably move them ahead of Provo.
Yep.
Provo playing this Payson team on Friday night. And so a couple big games for everybody. Again, for the region title, right now Springville has kind of separated themselves from everybody. And looks like they are guaranteed the region title no matter what happens this week.
Yep.
Although, technically, Maple Mountain could. I think that's showing one game at 8-2. I believe the win the other night over Wasatch made them 9-2. So technically, Springville does have to win at least one of the games this week for the region title. But as we were talking about earlier with the RPI, which has been shut now, they always shut the RPI the week before the state tournament. They shut it down so that people can't see it, and then they will do it one more time after this final week of region games, and then it will come out. But before it was shut down, Wasatch was in the 16th position, again, which is what Wasatch wants to be. And how important is hosting that first round of the state tournament, McKay?
Yeah. Having the home court advantage, especially on a playoff game, is really going to affect how well the team plays, I believe. It can change the outcome of the game for sure. It's a huge difference.
You know, we haven't had many students at the games, but if it was a state tournament game and we were hosting, we'd definitely get we'd get a crowd, hopefully of the students. So. All right, so we're 1 more minute left. Let's talk about players of the game. You got a choice?
Let's see. We're talking about defensive player of the game?
Anything you want, anything you're interested in discussing.
I think defensive player of the game definitely goes to Kiara. She led the game in probably rebounds and blocks for sure, coming out with 6 blocks. She had a bunch of steals too in that second half. I think she's a key factor to the comeback too, especially defensively.
I'm going to go with co-players of the game. I feel like Kiara and Rachel both did, and you hate taking any credit away from any of those guards. I feel like Kinsley Schultz, 5 points, but really led the team well, and Rachel Heath came up with great steals there at the end and led the team as the senior. So, with that, for McKay Ritchie, I'm Brent Martindale here at StingTV, and for everyone, the crew tonight, great job, everybody. We will say goodnight. Final score once again, Wasatch 41, Payson 28. And thanks for joining us. Stay safe. We will see you all next time on StingTV.